Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. You're taking a look at some great packaging for mushrooms right now. Since about mid-September, you've seen this packaging, and it's going to run through until mid-November. And it's helping to work with breast cancer. Breast Cancer Canada. Claire Jones is joining us from Mushrooms Canada. You're nutritious with them. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And so interesting facts, I believe, when we're talking mushrooms and cancer fighting.
Yes, yeah. Breast cancer is the most common cancer among Canadian women, and something that's touched all of our lives. And when it comes to diet, there is actually some things you can do, and one of them is to eat mushrooms, because mushrooms have been shown to have anti-tumor activities. So that's why Mushrooms Canada has partnered with Breast Cancer Society of Canada, and you'll find the mushrooms in pink packages in major grocery stores right now. And for every package that people buy, we will make a contribution towards the Breast Cancer Society of Canada.
It's a win-win situation, pretty much. And it's
a
a nice campaign, because running right from September right through until mid-November.
That's right, yeah. You'll find them there. And the thing is about mushrooms, too, they're a real powerhouse when it comes to nutrition. So not only do they have the anti-tumor activity, but they're low in calories, virtually no sodium, virtually no fat, tons of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, all those good things.
So we have these wonderful attributes to the mushroom, and then we have to figure out how to cook with them.
Exactly.
You know, you can do it one way, which would be to wash them and cut them and then dip them in a veggie dip. But you can be really creative, and as we're seeing right now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do a soup a little later in the show, but first of all, I'm going to start off just with a simple sautéed mushroom. And the reason I'm doing is this is just to remind people that it's a way to add a little oomph to whatever you're making. I just have a plain old chicken breast there, and you just put some simple sautéed mushrooms on top, and it brings the flavor up, and it just adds that something else to it. So I've just put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. If you want to lower the fat, you can just put a non-stick spray in there. And the key to this is not to put too many mushrooms in the pan, not to crowd it too much, because what happens is all the liquid comes out of the mushrooms and they steam in their own juice rather than, you know, sautéing and getting caramelized.
I find the mushrooms are very much like spinach. You think you're putting a big amount in, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're down to the moisture's gone, and it comes right back down.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, as you said, they're very versatile. You can eat mushrooms raw. You can have them like this on chicken, on a burger, on a steak. And the other thing is, too, is there's so many varieties of mushrooms in the store today. I brought quite a few with me today, and if you want, we can talk about all the different types that there are.
I mean, these are the ones that this is what we would find.
The white button mushroom, yes.
The easy way to go in the package, ready to go.
Yeah, and everybody's tried those. So if you want to move up and try something a little bit different, beside them is the cremini, which is the brown mushroom, and just a little more flavor than the white. So if you haven't tried those, that's just a little bit of a change that you can try. Really great in a pasta or something like that.
Can I ask about washing them then? If you're looking at, you know, what are you looking for? Usually, you know, these are clean when you've gotten all the dirt off. How do you do it with a darker one?
What mushrooms are grown in just a peat moss substrate, so you know they're quite clean anyway. So all you do is just give them the rinse and wipe them off with a paper towel.
Okay.
And when you buy them, you should always, if the grocery store has a paper bag there, put them in a paper bag and keep them in the paper bag in the fridge, and they'll keep longer that way.
Don't keep them in the actual packaging.
No, actually, if they're in that's if you buy them in bulk. If they are in the package, you can leave them in the package, but once you open them, they should go into a paper bag. They'll keep longer that way.
Good to know.
And
Great.
always keep them in the fridge. Yeah.
What are we looking at up here? Are we portobello?
So yeah, the portobello on that side, a nice big sort of meaty, great on a bun. You can like grill them and use them as a meat substitute. Beside those is a king oyster, something a little new in the supermarket. One of my favorites, delicious, just sliced and sautéed, and again on pasta or something like that.
What would be the different tastes that you would?
They're a little more of a velvety texture compared to other mushrooms, and you know, not as strong in flavor, so quite mild in flavor. And down here we have the shiitake mushrooms in the back, and the oyster mushrooms in the front. So lots of different varieties.
And there are some, I remember having some chefs on the show that they go shopping, like they go shopping for their mushrooms.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's a hierarchy to some of them, especially when you're getting into the fine cooking.
That's right. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of seasoning to this. You can add whatever you like. There's salt and pepper, and you know, it's almost done. So you can see how quick this is. And this recipe, along with all the others, is on our website, which is mushrooms.ca. We also have another website, which is mushroomsgopink.ca, and that explains about the breast cancer program.
So it's a campaign that's underway.
That's right. So I'm just going to put these onto the chicken breast, and as you can see, it just really livens it up and makes it more delicious.
It's more delicious, but it has the nutritional value, and of course we were talking the cancer-fighting
attributes to it too. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, and we're going to be coming back in the next segment. I believe we're going to be making some of that soup.
We are making a squash bisque.
Nice. It looks fantastic. Okay, we're going to get back cooking with mushrooms in a little bit, but first we're going to head back to Sarah Freemark, who's been checking things out at Murray's Market.